Hi, today we are going to see some of the useful link which we will use it in our project. So mainly I'll go with start with this URL which is uptime.is. So for example, if you are having a support project and you wanted to know what is your SLA for your uptime of your server. For example, your server is going for outage every week 10 minutes. Okay, so for example, if every week you have outage for your application 10 minutes, then that means you have a SLA of 99.9% uptime. So this way you can see, for example, if I have 100%, then I don't have any outage for my application. For example, if I wanted to have 99.99 as a SLA for my server, then monthly I can have 4-minute 22-second outage. So this way you can calculate your outage. For example, if I put 99.95, then which means you can have a 21 minutes 54 second outage per month. Quarterly you can have 1 hour 5 minutes 44 seconds outage. So you can calculate based on that, you can calculate the SLA for your server. For example, if I have only 99.90, then monthly 43 minutes, right? Similarly, if I wanted to give 99.8, then which means you can have maximum 1 hour 27 minutes 39 second outage per month. For example, if you are having overall 17 hours 31 minute 53 seconds outage throughout the year, then which means your server uptime is 99.8%. This way you can calculate SLA for your server uptime. So I'll go to the next useful link, which is jsonviewer.stack.hq. So this is a very lightweight URL where you wanted to format your JSON text. For example, I'll try to take some JSON from online. I'll take it from any website. Just I'm going to take some sample JSON. So I'll take it from this page. If you see this one, everything available in one line, it is not in a formatted text, right? So for example, if you wanted a formatted text, you can copy here and click format, then you will have a formatted JSON. Similarly, if you wanted to remove the white space, then back to this one it will come. So this is one of the URL which we can format for our JSON. Similarly, you can format using some other page which is called Code Beautify. So that is also very useful when you wanted to convert that JSON to beautified format. So codebeautify.org. So here you can place your JSON and then you can give a beautify, which will give the same thing, it will put in a proper formatted content. Similarly, if you wanted to minify, right, then that is also possible. And other than that, if you wanted to see it in a tree viewer, so this is having employee as a collection, and then inside you have 3 objects. So for example, if you see here, it's starting with the object, that's why you have an object here, and then employee, which is a collection, and that's why you are able to see square bracket with 3 objects. And each object, right, the first object is having first name and last name. This 2 is you have 2 fields in that particular object. So this way you can see it in a tree structure as well. I'll move on to the another useful link. So now we have seen Code Beautify, right? So in the Code Beautify itself, if you click this image, right, you will be able to go to home page of codebeautify.org. Here itself you have a XML viewer formatter. For example, I have a XML here and you can see the complete tree structure. If you wanted to beautify, you will have a beautified. For example, left side I'll remove the formatting, and you wanted to see the beautified content, I'll just clear this one. If you wanted to beautify content, then it is coming in a formatted way. Similarly, if you put minify, then it will be in a single line. So in this Code Beautify, it has a mini link where you can have a formatted content or different utility, you have it in the same website itself. And the other one is I wanted to give a Base64 Encode. There is a website called Base64 Encode.org. Sometime if you wanted to keep your password in your configuration file, instead of keeping in a plain text, you can keep it in a encoded format, Base64 encoded. For example, I wanted to have a password 123. If I click encode, then you will have a Base64 content of your password 123 hash. That value is encoded here, and that is the output. So this way you can store this value in your config so that this password is not directly visible to anyone. And similarly, this is encode, and if you want to decode anything, right, I'll just try to copy this content which is encoded and I'll click decode. So the URL changed now, base64 decode.org. Paste that value and try to decode it. You'll be able to see decoded value. So this URL which will help you to encode or decode any kind of text online. And other useful URL is, I'll just open another URL, text compare online. So there's a textcompare.com, and you can put one text here, another text here, and you can compare it. For example, you might have written some coding and also you have another code, or you have one XML which you wanted to compare with another XML, and what is the difference you wanted to see, then you can put those XML. So I'll try to take some sample XML online just to show how text compare is working. So I'll just take this XML CD catalog. So you have the lot of CD information available in this catalog. So I'll try to copy this XML. I'll put a view source and I copied the XML. I'll go to my text compare. I have put the sample in the left side, and right side also I'm adding a sample, but right side what I'm going to do is this place I'm going to change CD1, and then I'll try to compare it. I click the link. See here, it's showing exactly which line has a change. See here, this is CD and this is CD1, and same way here also this is highlighted. So this way it will tell us what is the change in two different files. So this way you can compare it, and also you can email this comparison report as well to your email ID. And now we have seen text compare. And I'll close the other tabs which is not required. So what is the other link which is very useful? Time.is. So for example, you wanted to check the current time of your system and also your location, and you wanted to see the time value for other location. For example, my current time in Singapore is 23:26, which is 11:26 PM. Similarly, I wanted to see what is the exact time currently in Paris or London or different place in the world, right? So you can see it from here. So this is useful when you wanted to see the time for different places. So this is time.is. And other than that, there is one more related website which is useful to compare the time zone, which is time and date. So you can click this timeanddate.com, and there is something called meeting planner. For example, if you are working with multiple teams which is spread across different location, then if you wanted to plan any meeting with them, then you need to know their timing also. So that's why this website will help to plan the meeting. So for example, I'm in Singapore, but I wanted to have some meeting with my team at India. They are located in Chennai. I'll put Chennai, and other location there are some people available in Sydney as well. Then I'll try to see. Now I'll just put the time for 17 October is Sunday. Better I'll put it on Monday. So Monday I wanted to schedule a meeting with my team. They are in Singapore, Chennai and Sydney. I'm going to see the timetable. So this column, right, Singapore, Chennai, and this is Sydney, and the first column is UTC time. So I'm in Singapore, so I wanted to check the timing like this. So for example, Monday 1 PM, which is 13, which is morning 10:30 at Chennai, 4 o'clock at Sydney. So this way you can compare the time and see if everything is coming within the office time, right? So then you can schedule the meeting. So this way you can find the timing for different city and you can plan your meeting. So this timeanddate.com, and you have something called meeting planner. This is the link using which you can find the best time for your meeting for the across the different cities or different time zones. And this will be helpful for anything related to date and time. Similarly, we have many other useful links which I'll open it now. Timer. For example, you have a meeting or you wanted to do some task within specific time. Then if you wanted to check the timer, you wanted to on a timer in your machine itself, you can type timer and then click start, As of now I given 5 minutes, so the 5 minutes timer is started now. So I wanted to stop it, I can stop it, and then I can reset as well. Similarly, I wanted to set the time for 1 minute, that is also possible. See here, 1 minute 00 second, and then I have started it. So now the timer is running for 1 minute. After that it will stop it. So this is for a timer. And similarly, some of our application configuration, we need to keep a value of seconds instead of minute. So how do we convert to seconds to minute or minutes to second? So for example, you can put it like seconds to minute. I'll leave this page. 1 second. So for example, I have a 500 second equal to 8.33 minutes. 300 second equal to 5 minutes. So this way you can calculate online itself seconds to minute. Similarly, if you wanted to calculate KB to MB, 1024 equal to 1 MB. So similarly, if you wanted to convert, there are a lot of websites. For example, unitconverters.net. Here you can convert it as well. For example, I have my file size as these many KB. Then I can check what is the MB value for that. So for example, 1000 kilobyte is equal to 0.97 megabyte, because 1024 kilobyte equal to 1 MB. Similarly, I wanted to check based on my file size of KB, I wanted to convert to MB. So this way you can check it at online. Similarly, if you see the right side, right, you have a converter for length, area, speed, and other measurement as well. And I'll give you another link, which is password generator. See here, there's something called passwordgenerator.net. For example, in your application, you are creating a user profile where you wanted to set some default password. Instead of giving a very generic password, so you can generate a complex password at online, and then you can share it with your team who is requested for the access. So for example, I wanted to create a password with 9 characters, and then I wanted to include numbers, I wanted to include lowercase, uppercase, and these kind of characters, similar character, and you can select whatever you wanted, you can select it. And if you want to still select a simple, you can select it, and then you just click generate password, and this is the password. You can apply in your application configuration, and you can share it with the particular team. Similarly, this is the 9 characters. Even I wanted to set it as 18 characters also, you can generate it, it will come. And you don't want the symbol, then you can remove the symbol one and generate it again. Then you will have whatever you have checked it, those possibilities, it will generate the password for you. So this password you can configure it in your application, and you can share it to the team, so that when you share it for the first time, it will be very complex, and then if they wanted to change it at the time of login, they can change as well. Yeah, so these are the useful link which we can use it in our normal IT projects. Thank you. Hi, thank you for watching this video so far. If you like the video, please share it with your friends, and also subscribe to this Tech Lightning channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.